y'all call this rage baiting, right? Just rage baiting. Am I getting rage baited right now? Listen, bro.
This is him, 4,000 views only. Hard to see the goat at 4K.
Screenshot him 14 minutes. Huh?
Own
Yeah.
it. Views is down. Elephant in the room. Everybody, you can't click. You can't pull up a right now and his ain't it ain't cranking like it was last month. It is what the is.
Everybody though.
Like this, bro. Why y'all give a much? If you don't want to watch, you can literally. Okay. So okay. Calm down, bro.
Chat started chatting.
That got a completely different fan base, right?
Okay.
But it's also certain that share a fan base.
True.
So if I'm sitting at my desk chilling, playing the game, playing Red Dead Redemption, and playing roulette, and
I saw a clip of Zoe Spencer say she only has 250 views, and she said in that clip, I have never had 250 views. Like even when she wasn't a streamer, she said when I first booted up my first stream, I never had 250 views. Views are down across the platform. The shows ain't hitting no more. DDG show didn't hit like he thought it would. A lot of watered down content out there. Groups are breaking up. People are crying about their mental health. I saw Stable Ron say like, yo, I'm super duper burnt out. What is going on with the state of streaming right now?
They're getting they just desserts. This is what happens. This ain't sweet. Did y'all forget what this year was supposed to be? This is supposed to be the year Black Boy Max streamed every day. Every day next year, I'm going to stream. I'm going to stream every day. FaZe was taking over 2025. Daryl Dillberry Griffin was supposed to be streamer of the year. Y'all forgot? That's what this year was supposed to be. Man, stop. Y'all views is down because y'all just mooching off of Kai. And then when Kai does something, ain't nobody gonna watch y'all. That's what happens. Oh, you go to everybody views ain't cranking like it was a month ago. Yeah, because Kai's streaming and y'all all was on Kai. Congratulations. This is what happens. You want to talk about Reggie, you want to talk about Bruce. Then when the joke's on you, there's excuses and bail. Views is down. Views is down. That's all it is. No. Tired of that. Tired of the same old, man. Y'all gotta get back to doing the content you want to do. Why is Ronaldo, whatever his name is, I keep forgetting. Why is he burnt out? Because he's not really doing the content he wants to do all the time. You got to follow a system. He has producers. He has a quota he got to meet. He has a bunch of stuff in his organization he has to do. So yeah, you get burned out doing a bunch of stuff you don't want to do. I'm pretty sure if he was able to do the streams he wanted to do when he wanted to do them, he'll have a great time streaming right now. But he's not. This is a real job. You get burnt out when streaming turns into your job.
I've always had this theory: people just get burnt out when their numbers are down. I don't know. Like, I mean, I've kind of experienced this personally too. It's just a coincidence that burnout just hits when I'm not getting them 1 out of 10s. And I think the bigger issue here is really Twitch has made a system that incentivizes view botting, and now that they've been forced to clean up on it, they're seeing the ripple effects of exactly what that means for their creators. So yeah, I think Twitch is the problem. I think creators do have a part in this as well, because there are better options out there. But over the last 4 or 5 years, streaming culture has decided to make Twitch the cool platform, the platform that people need to go to stream, because if you make it big on Twitch, you make it big as a streamer. There's other platforms out there that are actually just factually better, but streaming culture lives on Twitch. And, that's kind of why we're here. That's kind of why we're here.
It's definitely an excuse. I'm not going to lie, but I kind of didn't think that you were saying anything too crazy. The only thing I say, and I guess against them, is if we're doing like a somewhat, I don't even know, a TV show, or if we're doing like a rap reaction or whatever the case may be, and Kai has a fucking Ice Cube in there, then that's still going to entice them, and because they have similar viewers, that could be the reason that viewer is going to choose the actual rapper in the studio, or kind of like a rap reaction, whatever case may be. I don't watch the stream, so I can't like 100% determine what he's doing. but I could assume, but I do assume, in fact, I would be confident that they do have similar communities, and I don't know if that should be the reason why your views plummet per se, but if you have similar communities with arguably the biggest streamer in the world right now, it's going to be a down period. My question is for everyone involved: are we going to cry about it? Or are we going to lock in? Like, are we going to make an atmosphere to where anytime Kai does anything, we just lose thousands of dollars? We just lose thousands of viewers or hundreds of viewers? Or are we going to find ways to adapt to that environment per se? Whether that's having a different platform, whether that's coming up with the new shit, whether that's actually doing stuff together per se. I don't think collabs are dead, but I think a lot of the collabs are kind of just like the same 3 or 4 things. It's just this streamer goes to this streamer's house and they do, I don't know, they eat McDonald's or some shit. Like, I feel like if people started doing not necessarily mafia-thon level shit, I will always have to take, you cannot do what that motherfucker's doing. But if people started doing collabs and just really built their own identity as something that isn't the exact same humor, the exact same comedy or gimmicks that Kai does, then maybe the community isn't going to sway to Kai. Don't get me wrong. View botting definitely just 1-to-1 is probably the boring answer. Everyone's views, to my understanding, have gone down a bit. So it's probably case in point, you were probably accidentally on purpose getting botted a bit. But for me personally, as a dude that streams anime, I'm not gonna lie. Whether I'm doing hot takes, whether I'm totally not watching it, or whether I'm doing anything in between, it just depends on if I'm watching one of the favorite shows or not. For me, my views don't change if Kai is getting the sturdiest on the ceiling or if Kai's offline. My views have never really been affected by it, but I think that's just because we don't have the similar content style and therefore probably a community. I still fall under WL 100%, but imagine Poggers right now. Like, Flat's pulling the same number. Shout out Flats. I think he's a pretty good content creator. Or Alpha Red, same thing. Their views ain't touched because of Kai. they out there playing Pokemon or playing Rivals or pranking each other, whatever they want to do, because they're not even in that field. So Yap Fest cut to finally in the Yap Fest, just do stuff that, one, you want to do. Damo was right. And then 2, do stuff that isn't such a okay, but Kai can do it better, and I think you'll be fine.
Let me give him the literal. The literal is DDG was playing Red Dead Redemption, because he just came out of his show, My Ball or Love After My Ball or whatever, and ultimately it didn't do what was expected. Like, the reunion got 40K, and I know 40K is big to us, but he was expecting 100K.
Right,
it was about 60K off. And while he did have, from on paper perspective, a big month because of it, from his perspective, I think it didn't hit. He gave a bunch of reasons as to why. And so right after that, he went into playing Red Dead Redemption into the Mafia-thon month, which is September. And
that's not as bad.
That's a hard. We just yapped. God damn it. No, DD Squad do not clip that earlier. The answer is he made a hardcore pivot. I'm pretty sure he knows
let me say this. He literally quit playing the game because the views weren't there. I know you said don't quit, but he literally quit playing the game. Kai even had to tell him on stream, yo, play the game, gang. Like, it's one of the best games ever. So, Damo, what were you gonna say?
Ooh, that's tough.
I was just gonna say, I disagree with Sage in terms of DDG and Kai sharing similar communities. No, it's more than similar. It's the same ish community.
You don't think there's any uniqueness between the two?
I mean, no, I don't.
The uniqueness is the 4K.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how unique that is, because
it's just a fact. Those are the people that when Kai's on, they're watching DDG.
I think there's a I think there's a I think there's a difference between the people that want to see DDG talk to India Love or make music and then have Kai just kind of do some funny shit. I think there's a difference.
There definitely is. I'm not gonna be up to. There is a difference, but when
the
Streamer University,
the
difference before that, my bad. For Streamer University, I don't know if you know this, but like literally when Kai wasn't live, his audience just by default migrated to DDG. Like DDG stream would literally go from like 15K. Let's say Kai and DDG are alive. Kai streaming, he gets the 150K. He goes off, streamer university still going on. The default stream that everyone would go to would literally be DDG, and his numbers would skyrocket from 15 to like 80.
That's facts. I can't dispute fact. I can just say.
I want to say this for a lot of these guys, because well, in my deep dive, I looked at a lot of streamers from Streamer University, whatever Love Show Blackboy Max and them had, My Ball, any of these like group activities. A lot of them either don't exist anymore, or they're having issues pulling views. This is the reason why you do things by yourself before you go into this environment, because you ultimately just become another medium or platform for me to see X, Y, and Z streamer, right? People should have went to Streamer University and damn near never collabed again, like cultivated your own true audience and fan base, and then went back to doing something else. But there's some people, I've seen wild swings, especially on some of these women streamers, where they will have 10,000 views when they got a dude in their stream, and then are pushing like 150 views with them doing some solo stuff. That's so much of a wild swing, and there's so much that you have to put into your streaming in order for you to pull off something successful. As far as the mental health stuff, I think it's very hard to grow up on the internet, right? And I just think that from like a capacity of like putting out a YouTube video a week or putting out a couple TikToks, I think it's extremely hard to grow up on the internet streaming for 10 hours plus a day every single day. There's no way mentally that is like something that you should be doing. I've been seeing people get into fights with their like girlfriends and stuff like that, and their boyfriends and stuff like that on stream. Like you can't do that.
Well, I think for Ron, I don't know if I misread it. Like he was getting doxxed, or like people were showing up to his house. That's why he took his break, on top of being burnt out. I think I saw something about that.
That's tough. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I'm about to say there ain't nothing to talk about on that. That's just fucking
But
crazy.
see stuff like that though, and I'm not saying that he deserves it, but that is something that is just streaming culture. That is something that just naturally happens in streaming, and being live more incentivizes and entices these people to do these dastardly deeds. And I don't think it's right. Now, also to say just point, you said go back to doing, I know everybody's saying go back to doing the content that you want, go back to doing all these other things. They're stuck on the wheel. They are stuck on the I want people to know they are stuck on this hamster wheel. DDG put this out because people were like, yo, go back to making YouTube videos.
But I'm like, how do I differentiate? How do I differentiate the content that I post on YouTube versus Twitch? Because I don't foresee myself spending as much money as I spent on this streaming shit on motherfucking, you know, I don't foresee myself spending as much money as I spent on streaming on a YouTube video. Now that's speaking from a business perspective. Like the ROI on motherfucking YouTube videos is not that high, especially as a Black creator and the type of content I make. Now, if you got a channel like it's a lot of politics that go with YouTube. If you got a channel like Mr. Beast, where like your audience is a lot of kids, you liable to get more money out of that shit.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
you think only kid content is what's succeeding on YouTube. That's very close-minded. But
and I tweeted out. I mean, part of his problem is he makes 20v1 super sexual content. Like that's not flying. That's not flying. And you can get something off of Twitch based off of that. But that's part of the problem. But to think that like, yo, the ROI putting money into YouTube videos doesn't pay off, that's just wrong. That's wrong.
These are, in a weird way, these are good problems to have, though, because again, this is all relative to what his expectations are, not even what he's producing. What he's producing, even like numbers wise on YouTube, hypothetically, would be like what many people would want. You know what I'm saying? I just think that he has this bar for himself, and he's not getting that return right now. And I think it would just be good just to try shit. And that's why I was disappointed when you said he quit the game, because right now, yes, right now I don't know if he's in a position because I'm not that caliber stream. I don't know if him literally taking the hours that it would take him to beat Red Dead, however many hours it would take, would like impact him big time or not at all. I don't know that. But what I do know is even like relative to where I'm currently at, if you do them things and you show your community, hey dog, I know I'm only getting like 4K views tonight right now. Hopefully my camera didn't freeze. PC did. There we go. Hopefully, what's it? What I was saying? Hey dog, I'm not gonna lie. I get y'all like my bullshit, but I really love Red Dead. And then after Red Dead, he starts playing Elden Ring and stuff like that. That community is gonna rock with you because you. That's gonna sound like hell, but that's just what it is. Even with a person that averages 10 viewers. So if you just like kind of override and do what you want to do, at some point it'll get the payoff. Now, if he can't like not afford because he has money, but if he can't rationally accomplish what he wants to accomplish while doing things that he wants to do, then that's just, I guess, his decision to be made. Do I agree with y'all on the YouTube thing? By the way, yeah, I think it's just his style of content probably doesn't get the ROI that he
But
thought.
you know, a lot of people feel this way. I don't even want to just solely square this on DDG to make this like a DDG hate thing.
Yeah, type shit. Yeah,
a lot of these guys, a lot of these women, they also feel the same exact way. Oh, I can't do YouTube, so I gotta cut the camera on and have it just running. That's a bad mindset.
I would say it's very telling of who's in a circle or the lack of awareness of people in a circle. If DDG don't got enough people that he's willing to really listen to say, hey, you're wrong, that there's only this one way of being able to be successful or get a return on investment on a YouTube video, look at X, Y, and Z. If he doesn't have those type of people in his circle, you're already starting off bad. And if you got somebody like Kai telling you, hey man, finish the game, you might want to listen to just finish the damn game. Like, I don't know, but if you're not willing to do those things again, people are falling into this trap of having to be like Kai instead of just being them. And you already starting off bad. Now you sitting on stream talking about, oh, you gonna quit streaming. Oh, they pressing you about your number. You worry about all this dumb shit because you're not even doing what you really want to do. You're doing this surface level shit that you think is gonna blow, and now you starting to hit this wall in quarter four of all times to hit this wall. You hit it in quarter four where you're really supposed to lock in, and you over here debating on the content style on the content switch. At the end of the year where everyone can say you were the biggest, you were probably outside of obviously them ones, the Kaz and Speeds, you're the biggest streamer of the year. You're the comeback streamer of the year, whatever the hell they wanted to give you. That was you this year. And you run into this type of problem, I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't even know if they're chasing Kai in that top 1%. I don't even know if they're chasing Kai or if they're just like trying to chase those numbers or like that notoriety and thing. And you can do that. They're literally in the position where they can rationally do that. I just want to see, and this is me talking from like a C list or even B list streamer, right? I just want to see the people that are the top 1% kind of set the pace that we can do whatever the fuck we want because people gonna fuck with what we do regardless. Because I think that helps the man below them. It's kind of selfish in a way because theoretically it's September. It's September. You want to have the highest number possible. And Mafiathon, no matter which way you slice it, it's gonna rationally hurt somebody if they watch both Kai and DDG. They watch both Kai and Sage. They watch both Kai, keep it about whatever case may be. But I don't know. I would just love to. Some people made jokes about it. I would just love if people weren't also serious about, yo, the top dog doing this, so we gotta either mimic it or B, just defer until the top dog done doing what he gotta do. I really wish that everybody just had their own sense of individuality while also doing content together. I think the space would be much healthier top to bottom.
Twitter sucks as a platform.
Yeah. We're overseeing the obvious one in the room. The obvious botting occurred, and
last thing I'll say about it too, they don't even realize Kai is having a problem too. And just again, from a bigger perspective, it's not just about the views and all that stuff like that. It's the reason why Kai is taking more breaks. I know it's because there's these plans, but Kai takes more breaks than a lot of these people.